Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I just took the quickest scalp trade in the futures market that I think I have taken to date. And this is going to be such an interesting video, hopefully, if you guys have been following my strategy of technical analysis, drawing trend lines, not just on the intraday charts, but drawing them from, a little bit longer of a time period, a couple of days, maybe 5 days, sometimes longer. It depends what you are trying to do. In this case, this was more of a short-term play. Where is the market going? Since it's the futures, this mimics the S&P 500. Okay, that's what we follow. It's the S&P 500 futures contracts. And when you're making your trend lines, and I can't stress this enough, guys, if you want to get consistently profitable, learn how to do technical analysis. Start by doing 2-3 hours a day. Just pull up charts from days past, different companies, the futures, whatever you want, and just start learning the strategy. Drawing your trend lines, important price levels, you'll start to see. So the most important price levels are usually touched at least 2 times. If it hits a third time, you know that that trend line is very well respected. So this is what we did in the futures. To take this scalp trade, I'll show you guys because this worked out absolutely picture perfect. Let me share my screen with you. As always, before we get started, if you're finding that this is good info, hit the thumbs up for me. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you're new, subscribe. And you will learn maybe a different way of trading than maybe you've seen before. This is actually doing your homework and getting in there to the charts and really learning how to map out these important price levels. So anyway, with that being said, let's get right into the trade that I just took. So you guys can see, and it actually kept going. But since we scalp, I'm totally happy with taking $26 of profit in about 1 minute. I think it was 1-2 minutes. And I'm going to show you how this happened and why it happened. That's the most important thing. So let's see if I got to move myself over here. Okay. This is the 1 minute intraday chart for the S&P 500. This is pre-market starting Thursday at midnight, which is this morning, okay? So let's just dial in real quick to the day. This is what we're looking at, right? So I open up my charts, I come to this, and I see a pattern forming, okay? So what do? I pull up the 5 minute, let me see where it is here, the 3-day 5 minute chart, okay? So what I see in the day right here is a very clear downtrend, right? This is for today. Now, if I pull it back, because what had happened before I took my trade here, it had touched my trend line that I drew the other day to the actual penny, guys. This is how dialed in you can be. Now, I drew this trend line, I think it was yesterday, when I was looking at yesterday's price action. And I noticed that we were in this little range right here. So then when I opened up today, because this is yesterday's trading, I looked at today, once I saw this bounce off of there, and once I saw we were on a downtrend for the day, right? So it respected this trend line. We got the bounce off of it. We did not make new highs, okay? And we did not break this top trend. Once we started coming back down, okay? And intraday, we broke through the VWAP. Let's just bring this up. This is where I got in. I sold the contract at 39.06, and it wasn't 1 minute. It was 4 minutes later. We took the trade off and took over 5 points. Literally, the next candle after I bought, it broke. And once I saw we were not going to make new highs, I knew that the break of this important trend line was going to be devastating. And that's exactly what it was, which means that all the stocks in the S&P 500 started to trend the same way for the day, and we got a sell-off. This happens all the time. You have to know what you're looking for. Establish and analyze these charts, and you can see the overall trend of the market. If you don't make new highs and you continue to make lower highs and lower lows, you're now trending down. And you're just, all we did was we sold the contract, we covered our position. Do I care that I could have gotten down here? No, because you're never going to bottom ticket. And if people tell you that they buy at the very top and they sell at the very bottom, while I did get a very good price here, but it's just not reasonable to think that that's going to happen every time. So anyway, guys, learn the strategy. I hope you guys are learning and really finding this stuff interesting, because I love it. I mean, technical analysis to me is so much better than the fundamentals. I mean, valuations nowadays are so out of whack. I would much rather do technical analysis. So you can just look at the price action, you do some studying, and then you'll know what you're looking at. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I enjoyed that trade. That was fun. So anyway, I'll see you guys back with the next video. Everybody, enjoy the rest of the day. Take care.